My name is Diego Zuluaga and I'm a policy analyst at the Kato Institute's Center for Monetary and Financial Alternatives. The Kato Institute is one of the US's largest think tanks, and what we try to do is change public policy in the United States and around the world in the direction of individual liberty, free markets, and peace. Well, we live in quite a complex global economy that's very interconnected, where companies have supply chains all around the world. People have savings in certain countries which they want to invest safely and in a diversified way around the world. So this is a very different kind of global economy from the one that existed 100 or 150 years ago or even 30 years ago. And so international financial centers like the Bahamas serve a very valuable purpose in structuring a lot of that investment, providing a venue in which, with jurisdictional safety and legal stability, you can invest around the world, and you can do so in a tax-efficient way. This is all above board. This is all absolutely in compliance with international laws and regulations. At least, we know that jurisdictions have been trying to comply more and more with what other places require, and so this is the way in which international investment happens today. Look, the future for IFCs, I think, looks very bright, because we have a lot of emerging economies that are hungry for investment, that are keen to grow, but they don't have the legal stability and the specialization in financial services that IFCs have to offer. They have lots of savings and they have demand for international investment, and so the role of IFCs is only going to grow over time as the pool of available capital increases. So to me, the trend is one of growth, one of increased opportunity. There are political risks, of course, associated sometimes with measures of tax transparency that are adequate and legitimate, and with which I know jurisdictions are trying to comply, but there are also attempts sometimes to limit tax competition, to impinge upon the policy sovereignty of some of these jurisdictions, and ultimately to try and limit the ability of people to invest around the world in a free and as unlimited a way as possible. And I think that's not only damaging to those individuals and the jurisdictions from which they benefit, but to the global economy as a whole, because if you look at the academic literature on the economic impact of IFCs, you see that they're not only beneficial to themselves, but to countries around the world, particularly developing countries that require this investment, where this investment wouldn't happen but for the existence of safe jurisdictions like the Bahamas and others. And so measures to try and limit their role, to the extent that they're not motivated by simply a desire to have transparency as to the goings-on in these places, I think can be very damaging.